Hello, everybody. How are you all doing today? It is Rusty Champagne. Hope you are having a wonderful day. And we are back here once again in Factory Town Idle. And we're going to hop right into it here. When we last left off here in Factory Town Idle, we were in our river biome town of Hannibal, and we were working on trying to get our satisfaction or our fulfillment all the way up to 100%. And when we had last left off, we had gotten everything with the food markets and the general stores completed. And today we're going to focus on the hardware stores and the other stores. So we got the bookstore, the clothing store, and the jewelry store. And we're going to see if we can get all those up to 100%. First things first, we're going to come over here. We're going to get our daily rewards. So three more coins there. And we are also going to see if we can get the apples and apple juice, because last time we were here, we had talked about how we were going to kind of hold that off on the side because that was going to involve getting the trading post amounts changed so that way Champagne was exporting more apples and apple juice so that way Hannibal could then import more of those. So we're going to do that right here from the start, and we're going to get these trading numbers increased so that way there are more apples that are being exported so that way then Hannibal can import more and then they can get their fulfillment up to 100% on those. So we're going to get a few more excuse me, a few more of these both in apples and apple juice um, sent across the way. So I think that that should be enough on both of those. And then we're going to go back to Hannibal and we're going to go to apple juice here and they're going to import what is now available. And same thing with the apples. And now, so now on apples, we're fine and we should be fine for quite some time because we are now importing 6.56 per second and we're selling 5 per second and the demand is only 3.93. So we should be in real good shape there. We're going to go to apple juice and take a look here, and we do need to bump this up a little bit. So I am going to actually have to import a little bit more apple juice in order to fully meet the demand here. So we'll bump that up one more time. We have to get it over 7.5 because the next level of capacity will push us to 7.5 here. So back to Champagne 2 we go. And we're going to go to apple juice and we got to just get that. Okay, so that's perfect. That'll get us to 7.59 and we just need to be at 7.5. So we'll go to there, 7.59. That puts that at 7.5. And now we should be good on apples and apple juice for a while in terms of demand fulfillment. And now here, everything in the food market looks great. And now we'll just start making our way right down the line. So we're going to go to the hardware stores. We're going to start doing things with our ingots that we have not yet touched. So we're going to take a look here. And of course, in order to do that, we have a building that we have not researched. So we need the forge. So we're going to get some research going right away to get this to where we can get those going. So we're just going to get the forge researched. It won't do me any good to get any more schools. Oh yeah, actually I'm going to do that. And where are we? Oh, we don't have any iron ore. And that's because our harvester huts are not turned on for iron ore. So we're going to get that turned on, and that's going to max out capacity on iron ore. We're going to temporarily go into the negative on our iron ore deposits, but that's because it's going to make as much iron ore as it can. So that should get our research going. Might make a couple more schools here. So let's see how many more schools I can make. I'm going to actually go back to this screen and we're going to see how many more schools we can make. They're all cheap, but now I'm out of workers, so we need to go here, get some more workers. So we need to build some more houses. And then I'll do 2 more schools. And that should give me an upgrade. So I have an upgrade here. Workers per house, only 32,000. We have 2 million yellow coins. That's easy enough to do. So now we have a bunch of workers again. And now we're going to go back to research. We're going to full bore research on the forge. So that will be done very quickly here. So we're just going to let that go. Meanwhile, as that rolls on, so let's see. Okay, so now we're back to normal on quarries. I saw that we were burning through our quarries real quick, and I was trying to figure out why. And that might have just been from everything that we built. And with all the schools and all the houses, that might have been enough to do it. So we're going to skip over the ingots for now. We're going to take a look. So nails, that's going to also be the forge, so we can't do anything there. So we're going to go here to the bookstore, and we can get paper made. So we're going to turn on paper, and then we can also get books going. So we're going to get books going as well, because then we can sell both paper and books. So we don't need much of anything in the way of paper. So all we need here is at the bookstore, we can build a few bookstores. We'll build 5, just so that way we can see what we're going to get in terms of an upgrade at the bookstore. And that is going to be 6,400. Well, we have 210,000 of those for market capacity. And so we're good there. And yeah, right now we're making as much paper as we can. So we're maxed out on lumber mills. So that's making as much, it's making as many books as it can because it's using as much paper as it can. And that's fine because we hardly need any of either of those right now. So, so yeah, we're maxed out on what we need for demand on paper. So yeah, we seem like we're fine there. And it's yeah, right now it's I think that that's just bouncing because right now it's using the paper to make the books. So yeah, that's once we have all of our books made, this will all sort itself out and we'll be fine there. So we're going to go here, we're going to go to books. We are also making plenty of books, so all we need to do here is just one there, and we've got everything we need for books. The oh, I should have just gone right back down to the bookstores. If we go here, general knowledge tomes, I don't have the study, and so we have to wait for that research to finish up. Meanwhile, I'm going to look at the upgrades here. Upgrade efficiency, 640,000. Definitely want that because that's going to make all the other upgrades cheaper. Exploration, give us more land. So we'll go from 114 land up to 159. That's good. We can do that again, go from 159 to 204. Cheaper houses, we've got 130. That'd be 130. We have 228. So yeah, let's do that. Make our houses even cheaper. Iron ore harvesting speed, we are starting to use iron ore, so we might as well get that. Water harvesting speed, still haven't really had that much of a need for that. Food market capacity, that'd be nice, but not at 1,000,000 coins. Fishing boat productivity, we haven't really had a need to do anything with fish, so I think we're going to hang on to those for now, and we'll just let that ride. So, going to look at this research. That'll be done here in less than a minute. So we're at that point, then we can start putting our research into the study, so we can start doing the tomes. So we seem like we're at a max point there. So we're going to then go down to the clothing store, and we're going to start looking at things here. So wool cloth, that's going to require the tailor. Okay, so now here's where I'm going to have to start researching all the buildings, and that's fine because that's going to be everything that's there. The jewelry store, can we actually do that? We are going to need the jeweler. So yeah, we're a ways from that because we don't even have jewelry. So in order to get jewelry, we're going to need the forge. So everything's hinging on the forge, and then we'll be able to move forward. So the research is done there on the forge, and so now we can start doing all of those things. And now we're also going to do the tailor, get that going. We can put a few. Oh, we also have to do the study. That was going to be the other one we were going to do. So we're going to get both of those researches going, and those will be done here in a few minutes. Meanwhile, while that's going on, we can now make our way back to the hardware store, and we can start working on all of these. So we're going to go right down the line here. Iron ingots. We do need to build some forges. So we're going to get some forges going. And we have nothing currently happening at the forge. So we're just going to turn this right on. and that will make nothing but iron ingots, and that will get the iron ingots filled up. We don't have to sell that many, so we do need a few more hardware stores. So we'll get 3 more hardware stores built. That should give us an upgrade for hardware stores as well. The upgrade on that, 10,000 for market capacity. Okay. Meanwhile, we're at level 14, so we're going to go here. Going to get ourselves another 50 purple diamonds, some more land, some more coins. We'll still take every coin we can get our hands on. So now we're good on iron ingots. That's beautiful. So now we're going to go back to the hardware. And now we're just going to go to the forge. We're going to go to copper ingots. Going to do the same thing, turn this on, but we don't have any copper ore because we don't have it turned on at the harvester hut. So we're going to turn that on there. So now we're going to start making copper ore. That in turn will then start making us copper ingots once we do have some ore going. Oh, we don't have any forges that are available. So all of our forges are currently tied up on iron ingots. And yeah, we're going to need a bunch of forges. So we're going to do at least 5 more forges. And now that should, I'm actually, let's see, can I get it to where I'm going to turn that off and have it start balancing it here. Okay, so now it's going to actually start putting things in copper ingots. That's what I wanted to do. Sometimes it looks like you have to give it a little bit of a nudge to tell it where you want it to go. And you can put things in as priorities. In this case, all I did was I just took some productivity out of, or took some capacity out of iron ingots, which is the first place it was putting it, trying to have it fill up the iron ingots and put it down here to copper ingots. And that seems to have done the trick. Oh, and I also apparently, oh, when I turned that down, it turned the assignment off. Okay, that's a nice thing to know. I didn't realize that. It seems like if you click to turn the capacity down, it will turn the automatic assignment off temporarily. So cool. That was nice. Research-wise, tailors are done. So then we'll be able to start doing all the things at the clothing store. The study is currently working. So now back here to copper ingots, we need 1.75 of those per second. So we're good there. Back to the forge, we're going to look at nails. We're going to turn that on. Going to need more forges. It's all about the forges right now, and these are the ones that take blue coins in order to get the production capacity. So we're going to be a bit from that. So I'm going to turn that off, and I'm going to have it once again start going to nails. And so I think I'll turn that off. And I'm just going to have it all go straight to nails. So I'm going to have it go 5, 5, and 5. And that should be fine. So right now I want nails to get to the point where I can sell the number of nails that I need, which is 2.63. So I'm going to actually be selling 3.75. So that's okay, because if it, once again, well, I can get this skilled up and it'll be enough and it'll pass. There we go. So now we're making more nails than we're selling, and everything's fine. So now I'm going to go back to the forge again, turn these both back on, and then research-wise, now we have the study, so we can start doing things with all the tomes. I'm sure that I'm going to need to start doing research on jewelry. Yeah, I'm going to need the research on jewelry in order to do the jewelry stores. So we will get to that in a second. Meanwhile, nails, we're selling the nails. So we go back to the hardware store. Now we have to go to the silver ingots. Wood wheels, we do have to sell some more wood wheels than we were selling before. So we're going to get the wood wheels going a little bit more. And that was just because we haven't sold wood wheels in quite some time. Or we haven't upped the amount of wood wheels that we're selling in quite some time. That was one that we did right at the very beginning. Silver ingots. So back to the forge we go. And we are going to get some silver ingots going. We're going to turn all these off. And we're going to turn that on. We're going to build a few more forges. So 5 more forges. And this is getting painfully slow again. So construction speed up, construction cost down by leveling it up, basically. Do I want to do anything else? I feel like I should do some other stuff here. I'm going to need to get prospecting speed because I'm going to run myself out of these. So prospecting speed is going to have to go up. That's going to have to go up again. It's going to have to go up again. And silver ingots, I am out of silver ingots, and that's because I don't have silver ore turned on here at the harvester huts. So I have to turn that on. And so now that's going to start getting me silver ore, which is going to use up all the capacity there, which is fine. Now that's going to start making the silver ore so I can make the silver ingots. I will probably at some point run myself out of, or I might run myself out of silver ore deposits, which that's going to be the one that takes the laboratory. So I'm going to need the basic logistics and then the laboratory to get all that done. So I should start working on basic logistics, but that means I need to start generating some tomes. So let's get some studies built. So we're going to build some studies, and we're just going to, I'm not going to turn on the general knowledge tomes using paper. I'm going to leave that, and I'm just going to have all of it go straight to using books. And I'm not going to worry about the paper ones because I think that I'll be fine if I do that. I think that the paper will be able to keep up. Okay, so now I'm making general knowledge tomes. We're going to go here. We're going to turn on the research for basic logistics because we're going to need that. Can I also turn on the research for jewelry and not eat up all of my tomes? How's that doing in terms of my tomes? Are they staying pretty good or am I going to lose them? I might need to build some more studies in order to make that happen. So let's build a few more studies, and that will hopefully be enough to keep us in the good for the research that we're doing. Yeah, it looks like we're fine. It looks like that turned back green again. So I think we're good there. Back here we go once more. Now that we're level 14, a few of these need a little bit of a nudge, so I need a few more food markets. That's food market capacity. That's going to be 1,000,000, but that's going to give me a bunch more capacity, and I don't have to build food markets. Okay, let's do that. And now we're going to bump all of these. Nudge, 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 and a nudge, and a nudge, and a nudge. All of you get a nudge. Now I am going to end up running myself out of apple juice because I did bump that up, and so that's going to be more than we are importing. So I'm going to probably have to start exporting more apple juice, but I'll worry about that later. We do have some here, and whenever that runs itself down, then we'll see where we are. Back here, refined planks, give that a bump. We do have an upgrade here, 100,000 red coins for market capacity. Sure, we'll take that. Let's take a look at our upgrades, see if we got another one. No, we haven't gotten anything for upgrades in terms of upgrade efficiency. But we do have sugar harvesting and we do have copper ore harvesting. We do want that. We do want silver ore harvesting because we want to get those harvesting faster, even if it means that we might deplete our natural resources in those. Crafting strength, we do want that to go up because that'll make our crafting better. And study production capacity, yeah, we want that because that'll give us more studies, and that's good. And I think we're good for now. So experience, we're at 12,600 per second, so that's good. Now we are going to go back here. We're at 78%. Going to slide back down. And now we're at silver ingots. We can start selling these. And, now I need more hardware stores. So we're going to build some hardware stores. And yeah, I know that I can do shift and plus or shift and click in order to do those 5 at a time, and I really should do that. I'm just used to clicking it 5 times at this point, so that's more force of habit than anything. Market capacity for 100,000. I've still got 2,000,000 yellow coins, so yes, we will take that. Thank you. And we will push that up. So now the last thing I've got is gold ingots. And now I'm actually starting to generate the blue coins. So I think I will wait on the gold ingots until I have enough blue coins to get myself more forge capacity. So I'm just going to leave that for now because I need 51,000 blue coins to get myself the forge capacity, which will then help me with making the gold ingots because right now it's costing me a decent amount of money to keep making forges. So meanwhile, we're going to go back here down to the bookstore and we're going to go to general knowledge tomes and we're going to start selling some of these because we don't have to sell that many. So we're good there. And now we do need the industrial knowledge tome. So if I go back to the bookstore, and that is going to take the laboratory. And the laboratory is going to take the basic logistics. So that's where it's good that we are researching the basic logistics. That's going to be done here in just a second. That is done. We can now research the laboratory, and that one's going to take quite some time. So we will just let that ride. At some point, I'm gonna see if I can get everything up to 100%. And if I still don't have, if I've got all that done and we've still got time on here, then I'll bump time ahead. But right now, I'm going to work just on getting everything else up to 100% to the extent that I can, and we'll go from there. Yeah. So we're slowly eating into all of our different ore deposits here. I wonder with a world perk, can I get? No, I need 9 for regeneration. So that's going to be the next thing I'm going to do. So when I get 9 coins, I'm going to put them into resource regeneration, and we'll go from there. So back now here, those are all good. Gold ingots, like I said, I'm waiting on having 51,000 coins, so that way I can put them into the forge capacity. Industrial knowledge tomes is going to take research. So now we're going to go down here, and wool, we need some clothing stores. So we're going to get some clothing stores going, and that will probably give us an upgrade when we get to clothing stores, and it should be a cheap upgrade. 100,000, but still, we got plenty. So we're going to go here to market capacity, and now we're going to go here, give that a bump, and that a bump. Oh, now I'm going to have to actually, I'm going to have to watch out with the cotton cloth. So because I'm going to have to start importing more cotton cloth. So we'll do that right now. So we need 3.24. So we're going to need that in shirts and pants. So we need 3.24 and then 4.71 on shirts and pants. So let's go back here to Champagne 2, and we're going to go to cotton cloth, and we're going to start exporting more there. So we're going to export 4.22, and we're going to go to the clothing store. We're going to go to shirts, and we're going to start exporting. We'll go 5.25 there, and then we're going to go to the clothing store again. We're going to go to pants, and we're going to start exporting 5.25 there. So now we're doing more than enough on all those things. So back to Hannibal, and now we got pants 5.25, so we can bump that up. We're going to go back to the clothing store, go to shirts, and we can get 5.25 there and bump that up. And then back to the clothing store again, cotton cloth, and we need, so we can get that to the 4.22 and bump that up. So now everything with cotton and cotton related products is all good, because we bumped up all of our imports and exports between Champagne and Hannibal when it comes to cotton. So we're good there. So now we can do our wool products. So we're going to go to wool cloth, and this one, so this is just all tailors. So we're just going to build some tailors. Okay, shift 5. There we go. So I actually did it. I took the advice of the one person, which again, I appreciate all the advice. I love it all. Thank you very much. Keep it coming. So I actually did do the shift click to build 5 at a time. So that's right. He can be taught. So let's see. We're going to go here. And the tailor upgrade. Oh, so it must be at 10 tailors. That's right, because that's a building. The stores are at 5. The productions are at 10. So we're going to let this go to 10. Going to turn on automatic assignment there. And what is the upgrade we have here? Production capacity 26,000. Oh yeah, for sure. We'll go back to upgrades again. Still don't have the one for upgrade efficiency. I was hoping that we would, but we don't. So that's fine. Trading post storage capacity would be 2.6 million. That's the same one that we had when we looked in Champagne. So I think I'm still going to hold off on that, because that would basically be all of our coins. Now we're at 15,000 per second, so we're really cruising. We're going to go here to the clothing store. We need 3.24, so we'll do 3 of those. Get that going. We can start making hats. So that's funny. We haven't even been making hats at Champagne. So this is going to be the first one we're doing with hats. So let's get some hats going, and we will need to back this down. So let's back that down 10, and then we can turn that back on. So now we'll start making some hats, and we're making them at I think, a good enough rate to sell them. Yeah, that will eventually catch up, and I can give this a little nudge. There we go. So we're good there. Back to the clothing store again. So cloaks are the next, or was it warm coats or cloaks? What are cloaks made out of? Let's see. If we look at cloaks, those are, oh, so that's cotton cloth and leather. Okay, so I don't even think we're making cloaks in Champagne. So that would indicate to me that we should start making some cloaks. All right, so let's go back to Champagne 2. And let's start making some cloaks because we haven't made any. Yep, we haven't made any of these, and we got all kinds of production capacity sitting here in Champagne for them. So let's just turn that right on. That didn't do what I was. Oh, we're full on cloaks. Okay, that's why that didn't do it. Yeah, I don't have to turn that on there. That's right, because those are all turned on at the building level. So, all right, so we can start selling some of them. Might as well. And I need more clothing stores. Shift 5. So we'll do that. And now we're going to start. I forget what we needed to. So it should be in the neighborhood of 4.6. So let's do that. And yeah, we need a bunch. We don't export that many of these here. So that's going to take 10 trading post capacity. And let's do 11 just in case we sell them at a rate of like 1.25. So we've got 11 capacity there. Back to Hannibal we go. And we're going to do the same thing here. And for the cloaks, and can you do shift 5? Oh, that works there too. How about that? And now we can start selling them. So we're going to do shift 5, and we don't need that many. So we're just back that down to 4. Okay, so now we're selling all the cloaks we need, and those are huge for red coins and for experience. So yeah, now we're at 16,000 experience. And again, now here we don't have to worry about making the cloaks here. And we could make the cloaks here in Hannibal if we wanted to, but that would mean that we'd have to import that much more cloth in order to do it. And I think it's easier to just import the cloaks than it would be to import the cloth. So that's why I'm importing the cloaks instead of the cloth. Your mileage may vary, and if you want to do it where you import all the cloth and then turn it into cloaks there, then hey, that works too. It's all a matter of personal preference when it comes to these things. Back to the clothing store, and now we need some leather. And that is, oh no, not animal feed. No! We had so much with animal feed yesterday. Oh man, I'm still having flashbacks to all that. But okay, we do have some capacity here in the pasture. So this hopefully will not make anything self destruct. Oh man. Oh, that was so much yesterday with all the grain. It was, yeah, that still pains me a little bit. All right, so now we're selling all the leather that we need to sell, and everything with grain is still green. Thankfully, it's trying to not be. Oh, now it's going yellow again. Don't do that to me. Okay, I think we're fine. Everyone breathe. Everyone just everyone just hold your breath, and we'll keep an eye on it. I think we're good. Okay. Stop bouncing. I see you bouncing. Stop it. Okay. So the last thing we have here, warm coats, which I believe is a wool product here. So we're going to go down here to warm coats. Yeah, that's wool and leather. So we're going to turn that on. What do we have going on at the tailors? So yeah, we'll build a few more tailors, and we're going to then just have that go right into warm coats. So why did you not turn on? Oh, because I turned these on. All right, let's turn those off. And let's leave those at 10. And let's put it all into here. So you get all of it. And then once you have it all, then I'm going to turn these back on to let everything balance out. Okay, so, and it might even shift it. Uh, but I want you to be making more warm coats. So I think we'll be okay. But now we do have an issue with wool cloth for sure. So we are not making enough wool cloth, but I think it's because now it's gonna try and fill up the hats. So I think when it fills up the hats, then it'll be okay, and it should put some back into wool cloth. So in the end, I think we're all right because everything that we need for all these products is here at the tailor. So I think once it fills up the hats, then I think we'll be fine. So I do want to give this a little bit of a nudge, not too much because I don't want to eat in my wool cloth too much, but I do want to try and get that bumped up a bit because I can't remember how many coats I need to sell. 3.65. I do need a few more clothing stores, so we'll do that. And now, yeah, we'll eventually deplete ourselves on warm coats, but we will start producing them faster and faster. So I think we'll be okay. And look at us now, 21,700 experience per second. We're flying, absolutely flying, and we've got our fulfillment is now at 94%. So at this point, what do we need? Yeah, so here's our apple juice. We've produced 10,000, 100,000 silver ingots. Wow, I didn't even realize that we were getting that close. So now we can make silver rings and silver chains. What could possibly go wrong with that as we're sitting here eating into all of our silver ore deposits? So how's our research doing here? 36 more minutes on the laboratory. So I might at some point bump this up because, like I said, I wanted to try and get all this up to 100%. We are getting closer to our 51,000 for our forges, and then that will allow us to start doing the gold ingots. And now we need, for the polished stones, this is where we need the jeweler, and we're just about done with the jewelry. So now we can start doing that. So that research is done. Perfect. So now we have our 51,000, so we can go here to our upgrades, and we're going to go straight to forge production capacity with all of that. So that way we have twice as many forges. And now we can go back to the forge. And, oh, I got to turn the markets off. Now we're going to go back to the forge, and we're going to start working on gold ingots. So we're going to turn this on here. And because it's, so I need to take it out of silver ingots, and it will start bouncing some of it there. Okay, so but yeah, now I don't have any gold ore because I don't have gold ore turned on at the harvester hut. So we're going to turn on gold ore there, and it's do we actually need to get some more harvester huts? It looks like we do. That's just sugar and water harvesting. So I guess I can build some. Oh, well, harvester huts are dirt cheap, so let's do that. What are we going to run out of? Oh, it doesn't look like anything. I don't know why that went red. Okay, so now it's going to start harvesting gold ore. Do we have an upgrade? Yeah, production capacity, 51,000. So that's going to give us even more harvester huts, and it's going to put it all there. What are our harvester huts doing? Right now, yeah, so the only thing that it's trying to fill is silver ore and gold ore, and it's going to run itself out of silver ore, and there's not much anything that we can do. Or we're going to run out of silver ore deposits, and that's fine. So it's going to just start generating them at the rate that it can, which is going to be 13.7 per second, and that's fine. That's the best it can do. And now the rest of it's going into the gold ore, which will then fill up our gold ore, and then that's going to the gold ingots. And now we can start selling gold ingots at that rate. So that's not quite the 100% that we want, but oh, now we're running out of fire. Okay, so we got to get some hearths going. So let's get some more hearths going, and then that will get us more fire, which we need. Yeah, because now we need fire pretty heavily because we've got all these different things with ingots going on. So I can definitely see where we are going to have the issue there with fire. So, but we do have that fixed. Now we're making ingots at a pretty good rate, so we can go ahead, get that bumped up. So now I'm going to go to the forge, and I'm actually going to turn this on for everything. And I'm going to let this I'm going to let it calibrate, see how it does. And it's, yeah, it seems like it's fine. So now I've got those on at each of the individual, for each of the individual things there. We are going to deplete our gold deposits. That's fine. We did that in Champagne as well. I'm fully anticipating that happening, and that's going to be fine. It does look like we're actually starting to eat into our wood. That's interesting. We haven't run into that as an issue yet so far. We haven't had to build any foresters. Okay, well, we'll build a bunch of them. But now we actually need some more houses. Wow, look at that. 29,000 experience a second. Level 15. Here we go. And more purple diamonds. Oh, a whole bunch more quest coins. Let's take those for sure. Land and yellow coins. So right here, world perks. First thing we're going to do, natural resource regeneration. Going to get those natural resources going. I might even do that twice. There's a part of me that really wants to do that twice. Is there anything else that I would do if I didn't do that? I could do workers per house. I could do both. Yeah, so I'll do workers per house and I'm going to do natural resource regeneration. So I'm going to get both of those going and get both of those turned around. And that should cure a lot of ills. So now we do have 34 more workers and I don't have to do anything there. And now, as it turns out, I didn't need to build any of these foresters. So that's good that I only built the 6 and we're good there. So now back to our fulfillment, and some of these are going to probably be back down again a little bit because we leveled up. Let's see, what else do we have? So the industrial knowledge tomes, that again, that's the lab, which is still building, still being researched. Warm coats, we can probably bump that up. And now we have the polished stones, the silver rings, and the silver chains. So let's go here. We need jewelers. So we're going to build 10 jewelers. Look at me using my control and shift. Polished stones need refined stone bricks, which are going down just because this takes refined stone bricks to make. So now that we have these going, we're going to get this turned on. And this will start making all of our polished stones. And we don't need that many. So we only need 1.28. But we do need some jewelry stores. So let's get some jewelry stores built. We'll get those going as well. And now we have enough for that. So then the question becomes, oh, now we've completely eaten up all of our refined planks and all of our, oh no, just our refined planks are the only things that we've eaten up there. And here, same thing. We've produced 50,000 copper ingots. So now we can make copper rings. Okay. So we'll turn this down. We don't need 10 of those. So we'll just do 5 because that also gives us market capacity, 26,000 blue coins. We'll take it. So now we've got plenty of market capacity in the jewelry store. So in the jewelry store, now we can do copper rings, and silver chains. So let's take a look at these. So copper rings, that's at the jeweler again. So if we go here and we can knock this down and we're going to put some there. I'm actually going to, should I just build another, how many more of these should I build? Let's see, if I try and build another 5, what will it do? Yeah, I don't have nearly enough. So let's take that. Yeah, I don't have nearly enough refined planks or refined stone bricks, and those are going to both be a capacity issue. So yeah, now I'm starting to get into an issue where I don't have enough in terms of storage for those things, and these things take so much to just so much in the way of resources because they're a much further advanced building than most of the buildings that we have. So that's why this is going to take so much. So I'm going to stop that at 12, and we're going to have to see what we can do in terms of getting more more capacity on our refined planks and our refined stone bricks. I forget what even gives us that capacity. Is it the warehouse does that one give us the, if we look here, it's not that. That one is not that. Is it the stockpile? Oh, it is a stockpile. So let's build a bunch more stockpiles because that doesn't even take workers. So let's build a bunch more stockpiles, and that's going to increase our total storage for refined stone planks and refined stone bricks. So, because that's another one of the issues we have right now, so we're just not storing that many of those things. We have an upgrade here, 51,000 for storage capacity, which will increase the capacity for those things even more. So those go way down. So we're going to start storing all kinds of that stuff. We could do another 510,000, but I'm going to hold off, even though we do have 978,000 coins. And so now we're making, yeah, we're been floating. I saw it get up as high as 31,000 there for a second, but we're making still a really solid clip of experience here. So let's move back up. We're back at 92% here. So we were trying to do copper rings. We got plenty of copper rings, so we can sell those. Let's take a look at silver rings. That's going to be here, the jeweler again. So we're going to have to build a few more jewelers. We're going to use up everything that we've got to build another set of jewelers. And I'm just going to turn this on, and we're going to start making some silver rings. I'm going to bump this up, get this skill level up a bit. So now we're making silver rings. I'm going to turn all these on, and we'll see what it does in terms of bouncing around. It shouldn't do anything there, and it didn't, so that's good. Now we can actually start selling some silver rings. That'll be close. Yeah, I'm gonna end up running myself out of silver rings in the process of this, and I won't be able to keep up with it for a while because it's going to take quite a bit to get me to 2.5 per second. Even if I do level up the skill of this a bit, because we just don't make that many silver rings per second. But at least now I'm full on silver rings, and I'm not really eating into my silver ingots that badly, so I can get this. So now I'm full on silver rings, and we're losing 1 silver ring per second. I think we'll be okay there. And so then the last thing would be silver chains. We still are just slowly creeping on. Can we make planks any faster? Do we just need more lumber mills? Yeah, I think if we do 5 more lumber mills, that'll help us. So let's do 5 more lumber mills. And that should get us more production of planks and refined planks, because yeah, we're just eating into both of those. It's been so long since we've had to worry about planks, or yeah, since we've had to worry about anything with planks. Let's see, lumber mill production capacity, that'll give us even more. That's 510,000. So then we get more capacity, which will immediately go into there. So we'll get our planks generating. So yeah, now we're generating planks at a pretty good clip. So now we can go back to the jeweler again and start making a few more jewelers. I'm going to have to do the same thing on the stone brick side. So let's go to refined stone bricks, which is the stone mason. Yeah, so we're going to build 5 more stone masons, because it's been forever since we built any stone masons. And it's going to put everything that it can into refined stone bricks. Hopefully at 20 we will get an upgrade similar to what we had. Oh, that's only 100,000 for stone masons. Awesome. That's nice and easy. Okay, so now we got stone bricks and refined stone bricks cruising along. We're still not making refined stone bricks quickly enough. I think that's just because we're still using that for construction. So I think that that's why that's still negative. Yeah, is it because? Yeah, it's because we are constructing a jeweler. So now that will turn itself around. And now back down here once again to the jeweler, because the whole point of this is to try and get some silver chains. That's the reason why I'm doing all this. So now we're going to go to the jewelers. We're going to turn this on. And we need, so if we look at the jewelers, everything's generating as quickly as it can. So let's just do 1 jeweler. I've not had to use nearly this many resources for quite some time. So yeah, so we're just making a little bit in the way of silver chains, and that will slowly work its way up. I'm just going to put that there, and yeah, that's this one's going to take some time because it's going to take me some time to get the everything that I need in terms of planks and bricks to build more jewelers. Jewelers are quite expensive to build. It's crazy how much those cost. And now we're at 32,000 per second. So yeah, we are really purring on experience at this point. If we look down the line here, so we're at 96%. We've got everything except apple juice here. That's the only one that's a little bit low. And again, we're slowly running. Yeah, we're at zero apple juice, I believe, because that's why we're at 7.59 per second. But that's still a little bit behind. So we could up the imports and exports on that. Might as well since I'm looking at it. So we're going to go here. We're going to go to apple juice, and we're going to go. I am in Champagne too. Okay, and of course I'm doing this a slow way. Everyone should know by now. Oh, it's because I'm looking at the markets. So let's go to apple juice, and we're going to export more of that. So but we do need some trading posts. So that's going to be the trading post production capacity. So I'm going to use some of my 2.6 million for that. So now I've got more production capacity, so I don't have to build more trading posts. So we're going to export a little bit more of this. So we're going to export 9.28. And now we're going to go back to Hannibal. And here, do we have the same thing? We do. So we have production capacity here, which will cost 2.6 million, and we have over 6 million here. So we're going to do the same thing here. So now we're importing and exporting the same rates, and now we've got our fulfillment on apple juice. So everything is good there. So 97%, and I think the only thing where we're currently working is just the industrial knowledge tomes and the silver chains, which we're slowly but surely making. I might be able to push this up a bit and get this skill up a bit so that way we can get this closer, just tighten that gap. But now the thing that we're doing is we're actually eating into our silver ingots, and that's because we're out of silver ore. So we're out of silver ore because we're out of silver ore deposits, and so that's the one where we need to get the gem mine built, which means that we need to get the research done on the laboratory, which we will get that finished in our next episode. Because right now we're in pretty good shape. We're halfway to level 16 here in Hannibal. We've got our fulfillment at 98%. And the only things that we currently are not able to fulfill are the industrial knowledge tomes, which it's going to take the laboratory getting researched in order to start making those. I believe that's the case. Yeah, so we need the laboratory for those. So once we have the laboratory, then we can start doing those. And then the only other thing here is the silver chains, which if I push this up, then we've got this at 100%. And the question becomes, are we going to run out of silver chains before that drops back down? But all we need to do is be at 1.36 and we'll be meeting the demand there. So 98%, that's pretty good given the fact that we started at, I believe, just under 70%. And the only things that we have left to do are just based on getting the research finished on the laboratory. And notice I did not use my time management. I thought about doing it, but I held off. So maybe next time we'll do it. But right now, at this point, we haven't really needed to do it. So we seem like we're doing just fine. So at this point, everything's kind of purring here in Hannibal. We're doing pretty good. Everything's moving at a really good clip. The only issue that we have is that we're out of silver and gold ore deposits, similar to the issue that's kind of over at Champagne. And the only thing that's going to help that is getting the gem mine built so that way we can start actually generating silver and ore gold deposits, or silver and gold ore deposits. Words in the proper order is always a good thing. So, but that is going to be it for this episode. Once again, as always, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you guys always stopping by. I promise I am going to try and get myself into a couple more things here. Right now, I need to get a new set of headphones that can actually work with an Xbox, which is the reason that I haven't done anything with my Xbox yet, but I do have a couple things on the Xbox that I would like to get videos for. And those videos will also be on Twitch. Because I do have a Twitch channel, so I will get those. Those will be live on Twitch. So you can also find me on Twitch at the same handle, Rusty Champagne. So you can find me there as well. That's twitch.tv/Rusty Champagne. You should find me there. So when I do those videos, they will be live on Twitch. So if you're on Xbox or just on Twitch, you can find me there. And then I will be taking those videos from Twitch to YouTube. So that way they will also be here as well. So I won't have them live on YouTube, but everything on Twitch is live. So if you happen to see them there, if you happen to find me there, then you might be able to see those videos live as I do them there. But again, once I get myself a set of new headphones, then I can start doing things with the Xbox, and I hope to have that here in the next few days. To have those taken care of. But thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please consider giving it a like. If you like this channel, please consider giving it oh man, I was doing so good with that word. So good. Please consider giving it a subscribe. Thank you to the people that helped me to get over 10 subscribers. I know that's a very small number in the big scheme of things, but it's double digits, and everything starts with getting to the first number of double digits. So thank you very much to the people that have subscribed and have gotten me to 10. We're hoping to keep that going all the way as high as we can make it. And I mean, just being able to have it this far so far has really been great, and that's been because of you guys and everything that you've done to watch it. You guys make all the difference, and I definitely appreciate it. So for now, once again, that's going to be it. Thank you very much for watching. I am Rusty Champagne. Hope you have a wonderful remainder of your day, and we will see you later.